Marriage and divorce are deeply significant topics within religious education, especially in the context of contemporary British society where attitudes towards these institutions are evolving. While marriage remains highly valued in many religious traditions, it is becoming less common in modern British society. Various factors, including changing social norms, the rise of cohabitation, and the increasing acceptance of alternative family structures, have contributed to this shift. Despite this decline, marriage is still seen as an important and sacred institution in religions like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. In the UK, the concept of marriage has undergone significant changes over the years. Traditionally, marriage was almost universally regarded as a fundamental step in adult life, but today, fewer people are choosing to marry, and those who do often marry later in life. This change is partly due to greater social acceptance of cohabitation without marriage and a shift towards more individualistic values, where personal fulfillment and career often take precedence over early marriage. Additionally, the legal recognition of same-sex marriage in 2014 marked a significant cultural shift, reflecting broader societal changes in attitudes towards relationships and family life. For Christians, marriage holds a profound spiritual significance. It is considered a sacred covenant between a man and a woman, instituted by God, and is a central element of Christian life. Many Christians view marriage as a holy sacrament, reflecting the relationship between Christ and the Church. This sacramental understanding emphasizes the permanence, exclusivity, and unity of the marital bond, making marriage a deeply revered institution within the Christian tradition. It is seen as a way to fulfill God's plan for human companionship, procreation, and mutual support. However, Christians are divided over the issue of same-sex marriage. This division stems from differing interpretations of biblical teachings on marriage and sexuality. Traditional Christian denominations, such as the Roman Catholic Church and many evangelical groups, oppose same-sex marriage, arguing that marriage should be between a man and a woman, as outlined in the Bible. They see this model as foundational to the moral and social order established by God. On the other hand, more liberal Christian denominations, such as the United Church of Christ and some branches of the Anglican Church, have embraced same-sex marriage, interpreting the teachings of Jesus on love and inclusion as a basis for supporting marriage equality. These denominations often argue that the essence of marriage, love, commitment, and mutual support, should be available to all, regardless of gender. Christian attitudes towards divorce also vary significantly across denominations. The Roman Catholic Church, for instance, upholds the indissolubility of marriage, meaning that marriage is a lifelong commitment that cannot be dissolved by divorce. However, the Church does allow for annulments in certain cases, where it is determined that a valid marriage never actually existed. In contrast, Protestant denominations generally accept divorce and remarriage, although views on the circumstances under which divorce is acceptable can vary. For example, some denominations may permit divorce in cases of adultery or abandonment, while others may have broader criteria. In Islam, marriage is strongly recommended and is considered a fundamental part of a Muslim's life. It is viewed as a legal contract and a sacred bond between a man and a woman, designed to provide companionship, love, and a stable environment for raising children. The Prophet Muhammad emphasized the importance of marriage, describing it as fulfilling half of one's faith. Marriage in Islam is not just a personal or social institution but also a religious duty that helps preserve morality and provides a legitimate outlet for sexual desires. Same-sex marriage, however, is a controversial topic in Islam. Traditional Islamic teachings, based on interpretations of the Quran and Hadith, generally prohibit homosexual acts and do not recognize same-sex marriage. This view is rooted in the belief that marriage is intended for procreation and that sexual relations should only occur within the confines of a heterosexual marriage. As a result, same-sex marriage is not accepted in most Islamic communities, although there are ongoing debates among some Muslim scholars and activists who advocate for a more inclusive understanding of the faith. When it comes to divorce, Islam allows it but considers it a last resort. The Quran acknowledges that sometimes marriages may not work out and provides guidelines for divorce, emphasizing that it should be conducted with fairness and respect. However, divorce is discouraged and should only be pursued after all efforts to reconcile have been exhausted. The Prophet Muhammad himself is reported to have said that of all the things permitted, divorce is the most disliked by God. This underscores the importance of maintaining the marital bond and trying to resolve differences within the marriage before resorting to divorce. In Judaism, marriage is also highly valued and is seen as a mitzvah, a commandment from God. It is considered a sacred covenant that not only brings two individuals together but also helps fulfill the divine command to be fruitful and multiply. Marriage in Judaism is seen as essential for building a family, which is central to Jewish life and community. The traditional Jewish wedding ceremony, with its rich rituals and blessings, reflects the sanctity of marriage and the joy it brings to the couple and their community. There are, however, different views within Judaism on alternatives to traditional marriage. Orthodox Judaism typically upholds the traditional view that marriage should be between a man and a woman and discourages cohabitation without marriage or same-sex unions. In contrast, Reform and Conservative Judaism are more open to diverse forms of partnerships, including same-sex marriage. These movements emphasize the values of equality, inclusivity, and personal choice, interpreting Jewish teachings in a way that reflects contemporary social norms. Regarding divorce, Judaism allows it but views it as a last resort. The Torah provides a legal framework for divorce through the get, a religious divorce document that must be given by the husband to the wife. While divorce is permitted, it is often seen as a tragic outcome, and Jewish law encourages couples to seek reconciliation before deciding to end their marriage. The process of divorce in Judaism is surrounded by legal and religious considerations, aimed at ensuring that it is conducted with dignity and respect for both parties. In conclusion, marriage and divorce are complex topics that are deeply influenced by religious beliefs and cultural practices. While marriage may be becoming less common in modern British society, it remains a highly valued institution in religions like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Each of these religions has its own teachings and practices regarding marriage, divorce, and related issues like same-sex marriage, reflecting both tradition and the challenges of contemporary life. Understanding these perspectives provides valuable insight into how religious communities navigate the evolving landscape of relationships in the modern world.